In India, a Doctor of Philosophy, PhD, is a prestigious postgraduate degree awarded to students who make significant contributions to knowledge, technology, and methodologies through research. Typically, a PhD course lasts 3 to 6 years, though this can vary between institutions. Candidates must hold a master's degree to be eligible. Research is the systematic and scientific search for new knowledge and ideas on a specific topic. A research proposal is a tentative plan that outlines your research ideas, importance, objectives, methodology, and how it will contribute to your field. Here are the main types of research, classified based on purpose, approach, and data type: basic, pure research, applied research, and action research. Each type serves a unique purpose, from expanding knowledge to solving practical problems. Research can also be classified based on approach: descriptive research, exploratory research, and explanatory, causal research. These approaches help in understanding characteristics, gaining insights, and examining cause-effect relationships. Based on data type, research can be qualitative or quantitative. Qualitative research uses non-numeric data to explore themes and behaviors, while quantitative research uses numeric data and statistical methods to measure and analyze variables. Research methods include experimental research, correlational research, survey research, and case study research. Each method has its own approach to collecting and analyzing data to answer research questions. A research topic is the subject or theme of a proposed study, while a research title is a specific, concise phrase that describes the focus and purpose of the research. The title should be clear and descriptive. There are 7 elements in research: abstract, introduction, literature review, research methodology, research, the actual work, conclusion and discussions, and references or bibliography. A research proposal outlines your plan before starting your work. An abstract is a brief summary of your research, highlighting the purpose, design, and major findings. A literature review summarizes previous research on your topic, identifying gaps and informing your study. A research question is the main question your study seeks to answer. A research paper is a short academic writing that includes an introduction, research purpose, methodology, and findings. Research methodology involves various techniques and tools to collect and analyze data. A research paper is usually a final project for a degree. A reference list includes all the references cited in your work, while a bibliography lists all the sources you consulted. A citation mentions the source of information used in your writing. Primary data is collected firsthand, while secondary data is obtained from existing sources. A research gap is the area that has not yet been explored or is underexplored. It can be a population, research method, data collection, or other variables. Identifying a research gap helps in finding unanswered questions in your field. A journal paper is a detailed and peer-reviewed study published in an academic journal. A conference paper is typically a shorter, preliminary study presented at an academic or industry conference. Both types of papers contribute to the body of knowledge in a field. A synopsis is a refined form of a research proposal, written under supervision after research work is completed. A thesis is an academic writing with a central idea or argument, clearly stating the writer's position or answer to a research question. The population of study refers to the entire group of individuals relevant to the research question. Sampling means selecting a group to collect data from. A research question guides your study, and an appendix includes additional material at the end of your research project. The research problem is the issue that motivates the study. The research question narrows down the problem into a specific inquiry. A hypothesis is a testable prediction based on theory. Each component helps in structuring a research study. Primary data collection methods include surveys, interviews, observations, and experiments. These methods gather data directly from sources to answer research questions. Secondary data collection involves reviewing previous research or reports, analyzing documents, and examining historical records. This data is gathered from existing sources. Data analysis methods include qualitative analysis, quantitative analysis, and mixed methods. Quantitative analysis uses numeric data, while qualitative analysis uses non-numeric data to identify patterns and themes. Qualitative analysis identifies patterns or themes within data, such as thematic analysis, content analysis, narrative analysis, and grounded theory. These methods help in understanding complex data. In research, a variable is any factor, trait, or condition that can exist in different amounts or types and can be measured, controlled, or manipulated. Variables are essential in research because they allow us to understand relationships, test hypotheses, and draw conclusions. There are different types of variables, including independent and dependent variables. The independent variable is the one that the researcher manipulates or changes to observe its effect on another variable. It is the cause or input. For example, in a study on how sleep affects productivity, the amount of sleep is the independent variable, as it's being manipulated. The dependent variable, on the other hand, is affected by the independent variable. It is the effect or output that researchers measure. In the same sleep study, productivity is the dependent variable, as it is expected to change based on sleep duration. Control variables are kept constant to ensure that any change in the dependent variable is due to the independent variable only. For instance, in the sleep study, the time of day the productivity test is conducted might be a control variable to prevent it from influencing productivity. Extraneous variables are those other than the independent variable that could affect the dependent variable, potentially introducing error if not controlled. Factors like caffeine intake or stress levels could influence productivity, even though they're not the focus of the study. Moderator variables influence the strength or direction of the relationship between the independent and dependent variables. For example, if age moderates the relationship between sleep and productivity, then younger people might experience a greater productivity boost from more sleep compared to older adults. Mediator variables explain the mechanism or process through which the independent variable affects the dependent variable. In the sleep productivity study, mood could be a mediator variable, explaining why better sleep might lead to higher productivity. Plagiarism and similarity are related concepts in academic and professional writing, but they have distinct meanings. Plagiarism is the act of using someone else's work, ideas, or words without proper acknowledgement, presenting them as your own. It's considered unethical and can lead to serious consequences. For example, if a student copies paragraphs from an online article into their research paper without citing the source, it is plagiarism, as they are passing off someone else's work as their own. Similarity refers to content that matches or resembles existing text but may not be plagiarized if it's properly cited or coincidental. Similarity can occur due to common phrases, technical terms, or shared ideas that are cited correctly. Academic tools often use a similarity score to indicate how much of a text matches other sources, but not all similarity is plagiarism. For example, a research paper may include a similar definition of a concept found in another paper. If the source is cited, this is not plagiarism, though it may increase the similarity score. Textual similarity without citations, however, would likely be flagged as plagiarism. In essence, similarity is about textual resemblance, while plagiarism is about taking credit for another's work. Proper citation helps differentiate acceptable similarity from plagiarism.